Hey everybody, welcome back to the 4-String Strummer, the channel. It's all about ukuleles. This week we're going to continue on our path of leveling up our strumming. Okay, so last week we covered our paintbrush strum and we covered our sledgehammer strum, and we did a bunch of exercises to help you to get those nice and smooth. Those strums really, and particularly that paintbrush drum, that's the foundation for Plaidman style playing. All right, today we're going to work on the next level of strums, so let's get into it. All right, so if you haven't seen last week's video, the one just before this, I'll put a link here. It would be a real good idea for you to go and check that one out first. Make sure that you've got your paintbrush and your sledgehammer down, and then come on back and join us in this video. All right, so let's go right back for a second, and what we're going to do is we're going to just take another look. Again, our foundation strum is our paintbrush, right? So we hit that top string with our thumb, and we brush with our finger. Again, you can brush all the strings, or you can brush just the first three if you want, doesn't really matter. So if we think about that strum, paintbrush, and then we altered it just a little bit by adding a thumb flick at the end, and that turned it into sledgehammer, right? Paintbrush, sledgehammer. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use a strum, learn a strum rather, called the finger drag. All right, so finger drag, we're going to go back again. I keep talking about it's the foundation, right? So we'll start with our paintbrush, paintbrush. Now instead of having a flick coming up like we do for sledgehammer, we're going to have a flick, but in between the paint and the brush. All right, so it's going to go like this. Finger drag. So we hit it with our thumb, normal, just like a paintbrush, but we're going to kind of have a lazy little finger flick coming up like that. And again, we're just plucking that first string. So it's fourth string, first string, and then we're going to just kind of drag, kind of do the brush part of the paintbrush. Drag our finger down. Finger drag. So if you say the words just like sledgehammer, breaks it up like sledgehammer, this is finger drag. Finger drag. So the first part of the strum gets broken in two. Okay, not like sledgehammer where it's the second part that gets broken in two. All right, so again, one more time, let's try it together here. Hit it with your thumb on the top string, pluck coming up, and then brush going down with the finger. Thumb, finger, finger. Finger drag, finger drag, finger drag, just like that. All right, nice. So play with that for a minute. I've been doing that with my C chord. For some reason, I always play a C chord when I'm doing these strums, but just play around with that and get your timing. Spend a few minutes and then come back and we're going to just notch it up one more notch for you. All right, go ahead. All right, so let's give it a try now. Put it all together. Finger drag, just do a few together. Now, if you're finding that that pace is a little bit too quick for you, no problem. In one of the corners here, if you kind of hover over it, you're going to see a little thing that looks like a gear, and you can slow it down a little bit. If you want to play along with me, you can put it at 75% speed, whatever you want. Just keep it nice and smooth. Good. more. Good. All right. Now we're going to do a compound strum. So what a compound strum is when we take one of our strums, like paintbrush, and we stick it together with another strum. And in this case, it's going to be our finger drag. Now, when we put the compound strum together, this one, the paintbrush and the finger drag, we're going to get ourselves a really nice, basic, sort of a bluegrass folk sort of a strum. It's a really nice strum. So this is how it goes. You hit your paintbrush first, paint, brush, and then you do a finger drag right after. Just like that. Paint, brush, finger drag, paint, brush, finger drag. Do it with me. Paint, brush, finger drag. Just like that. One more time. Brush, finger drag. All right? Now, the thing with this is that you can continue to do this as a pattern. Just like that, right? All the way through. That's the song that we did last week, right? And it sounds really, really nice. And from that, you can really get it cooking, and I'll be able to show you some embellishments that will really start to drag that mountainy kind of bluegrassy sort of a sound out. All right? So spend a few minutes now, get those two strums going together, and don't rush this, all right? Only do this as quickly as you're able to do it without kind of blowing it every other time, okay? Once you can do it like maybe 5 times in a row or so, maybe then just notch the speed. But I'm talking like 5%, 10% maybe, increasing your speed. Don't all of a sudden get crazy and start to go really quickly, because that's just going to frustrate you. All right, again, paint, brush, finger drag, paint, brush, finger drag. Just like that. All right, and then when you got it, come on back. We're going to play a little song through and let you practice it. All right, you feeling good with it now? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to play a really simple song. He's got the whole world in his hands. It's just 2 chords. All right, and little hint here. The chord changes basically happen on the word whole. Okay, so you start on C. He's got the whole world in his hands. Go to G7. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got C. The whole world in his hands. He's got the G7. The whole world in his. And then on hands we go back to C. Hands. All right. So you can play this if you want. Just do your paintbrush. Let's just start with that first. Okay? Then we're going to do the compound strum in a minute. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. All right, feeling pretty good? Okay, so now we're going to start to introduce our finger drag. Now you don't have to do it every other time like the pattern that we talked about. All you need to do this time around is just every once in a while do that finger drag thing. So you can do maybe 3 or 4 strums, and then if you want to just do a little finger drag, just throw it in whenever you want. Okay, and just again, sort of think about it like a lazy, I'm coming back up and I'm too lazy to lift my finger all the way up. So it just kind of drags across the string and then we drag it down. All right, okay, let's try it one more time. Here we go. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. All right. Not bad? You feeling good? Now the thing is here, folks, if you kind of get a little bit lost, what we're going to do now, we're going to try it with every other strum. Again, don't worry about it. If you don't hit it every other strum, it's not the end of the world. Because the beautiful thing about Plaidman style playing is that it's done in sort of levels. Okay, so if you get to a level and you start to mess it up, you just kind of retreat back down one level until you're comfortable. You get the beat going again, and then you'll level it up to the next level of strum. All right, let me just show you what I mean. Here's what I would do. So I'm doing my compound strum here every other time. Then I muff it up. Right? Oh my God, am I supposed to be going up or am I supposed to be going down? Doesn't matter. Just go back to our foundation, which is our paintbrush. Right? And when I'm ready, I can throw in that finger drag. I'm only doing it every few right now. Now I'm good. See how it works? So one kind of builds on the other. So you never have to worry if you get kind of lost in the strumming pattern. You just go down one level and correct, get the beat going again. All right, let's try it out with our compound strum. Now the goal here is to do it every other time. All right, let's try it one more time through that way. All right, here we go. And you might see that, you know what, maybe I mess up the pattern myself. I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to keep going. Okay, and you'll see how I do it. I'm just going to go back to paintbrush and then whatever. I'll start to throw the finger drags back in again. But I'll do my best to kind of keep the pattern going here. Here we go. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. All right. Now again, take your time, play with it, get yourself up to that level where you can do it relatively smoothly. Again, if you need to dial down the speed a little bit, this isn't a contest to try and get through every level of the exercises that we're doing today in the short time of this video. Okay, this might take you a couple of days. All right, so take your time. When you get this part, come on back and we'll level you up to the next part. All right, so if you're feeling okay with that, let's try this out now. So we've got our paintbrush, we got our sledgehammer, and we've got our finger drag. All right, now, what we're going to do is we're going to play this song, and you can use any one of those strums. You could even just use a single thumb strum, too, if you wanted to. Okay, if you get to the point where you feel you want to just throw that in as a little accent, go ahead. So, what I want to get across here is that you can use these different strums. They're all interchangeable. So it doesn't have to be this specific one for that and that specific one for the other. Okay? So, wherever you feel like it, just throw in whatever strum you like. I'm going to start with just my paintbrush here. And I might throw a little finger drag and a little sledgehammer in. All right? Here we go. Same song. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. Again, he's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. You see how it works? And this is the cool thing, is it all meshes together. Okay, folks, so play around with those strums over the next week or so. We're going to come back. I'm trying to break these various strums down into just smaller chunks that we can continue to level up, and that later on you're going to be able to go through them sequentially. Okay, I get a lot of people saying, which video should I start with? Well, that's what we're doing right now, and this will take you all the way through. Soon we're going to get into some more advanced strumming. We're going to do the melody, how to play the instrumentals as well. I'm going to show you the embellishments, the whole shebang. All right, so stick with this week by week and get it down as smoothly as you can. All right, folks. And this week, I've been playing this on my Kelly brand banjo ukulele. And I set these all up myself. They're a fairly inexpensive instrument. In US dollars, they're only about 150 bucks. Canadians, about $200. So check it out on my website. I take each one of these, I do all the quality control on these myself, and I set them up myself for my style of playing. So when you get one, it's going to be just exactly like what I'm playing here in all of these videos. Okay, so check it out, 4stringstrummer.ca. Okay, I'll leave you with a little bit of picking here to see what some of the stuff is that's going to be coming up soon. All right, until we see you next time, folks, keep smiling, keep strumming, have fun maybe with one of these videos right over here. Well, wish that I was back on Rocky Top in those Tennessee hills. Ain't no smog is smoking Rocky Top.